fabric.
Okay, so now at this point you should have all of your hand sewing done. And of course you've done your zigzagging around the edges to prevent fraying. And you're ready now to start with pinning in your zipper. And then we're going to sew in the zipper. That's going to be our first step of machine sewing everything together. So you'll notice that I'm working with my right sides. So here you can see that this is the right side because it's got my buttons on, and it's also kind of looking nice. If you flip it over, you can see, although it's not a disastrous mess, it doesn't look quite as nice. Okay, so that's my wrong side. You'll also notice that I have already cut off any of these little trailing bits that were here because any of those would potentially get in the way of your zipper. You're going to pin this with your right sides facing. So obviously this is the right side of my pouch. We just discussed that. If you've done like I have and you've got another one that doesn't have any patterning on it and your fabric is the same on both sides, you really just have to pick one as the right side here. There's not an obvious answer. So if you're very, very particular, you can look at it closely and see if there's anything you don't like about one side or the other. I'm happy with both sides of this. So when it comes to it, I don't really care which is the right side of this piece. But for this one, it's clear. On your zipper, obviously you've got the zipper pull on one side that you can use to open and close your pouch. On the other side, you don't. So clearly, the right side of a zipper is the side that has the zipper pull on it, okay? So I'm gonna put that down here, facing the right side of my fabric, and we're gonna pin it in place like this, with the edge of the one side of the zipper going up here. Now, ultimately, when I sew this, I'm gonna be going like this. So that means that as I pull out pins, which I will have to do while I'm sewing, I want to be able to reach the heads of the pins. So I am going to pin them with the heads of the pins pointing this way, because that way I can easily take them back out again. Also notice that I am matching up the edge of my pouch fabric with the edge of the zipper. Okay, so there we go. There's my first pin. I'm just going to go along and kind of pin everything in place. In terms of how many pins you need, you really want to make sure that the zipper doesn't budge around on you, but you don't need to pin. Like I skipped a little bit there, and that's fine, okay? So there we go. There's the next one. And there's, I think I'm going to try and aim for 2 more pins just so that the starting is really very thorough. So I'm going to get a shorter one here and put that guy over here. Now, the head of this pin is sticking out past the end of my work, and that really doesn't matter. The pin itself is in the fabric. Okay, so that is now all pinned and ready to go. And once we actually have this put together, what you're going to end up seeing once it's sewn is something that looks kind of like that. Okay, so as long as you can do that after you have finished pinning, you can see that I've got my zipper tab here, and you can see the zipper all along. Okay, you're going to be good to go. And at this point, we're going to go up and we'll put our zipper foot on. And oh, one other thing I just want to point out, you'll notice that the zipper is longer than our pouch. We're going to cut that later on, and that's going to be fine, but we're not going to cut it right now. Okay, so just let it be too long right now and don't worry about it. I promise you that the solution is coming. All right, that's it. Thank you.